Hello and welcome to Zig Zag's Water, Air and Land headquarters. Here we have a very special job. We investigate changes that are taking place in the environment today. The planet Earth is our home. It's where we live, and these changes affect every one of us wherever we are. Our environment is changing all the time. Some of these changes are the result of the powerful forces of nature. Others are caused by us human beings shaping the world to meet our needs. Some changes have been good, others bad. But whenever these changes happen, they always affect our lives. The future of the world will soon be in your hands. To find out how much our world is changing, a team of young, specially trained investigators will report on some of the things that are taking place on our planet. Our investigator in Wales, Leo Brightmore, is finding out what's happening to Cardiff's waterfront.
Hello and welcome to Cardiff Bay. There's always been a large stretch of water and mud separating Cardiff over this side and Penarth over that side. But soon, anyone who wants to will be able to take a stroll over there, and they won't have to walk on water to do it. That's because a huge wall called a barrage is being built across the entrance to Cardiff Bay that will link the land on one side of the water and mud to the land on the other side. At the moment, the tide comes in and out of the bay twice every day, filling it with water and then emptying it again. But when it's finished, the barrage will stop the tide coming in and out, and a huge permanent lake will be created in the bay. These children have come to this visitor centre in Cardiff Bay to find out more about the barrage and all the changes it will bring.
Right, hello, welcome. Now we're here in the Cardiff Bay Visitor Centre. Very odd looking building, but it's meant to represent a telescope looking out onto the whole bay area here. You see the idea? Right, let's take a look at the barrage here. Now, the barrage is one of the biggest engineering projects going on in Europe at the moment. And what we're going to do is create this 500-acre freshwater lake. So that'll mean we've got a permanent waterfront to attract tourists to the bay area here.
It's been pretty run down for a long time now, and people have been looking for ways of bringing new life and jobs to the area. A group of businessmen came up with the idea of the barrage.
What we're trying to do here, and building the barrage will make it happen, is to build a beautiful environment down here where people of South Wales and the whole of the rest of Wales can enjoy themselves.
But isn't it a beautiful place already?
No, not really. What we've got out there at the moment is mud flats that are exposed for about 14, 16 hours a day. When we build the barrage, of course, they will be covered off, and then people will be able to use the water, use all the amenities down here, and it truly will be part then of the city of Cardiff.
Do you think it'll make a difference to the bay?
It's already starting to make a difference because the amount of people are opening new factories, building new houses, moving into the area and enjoying themselves, and it's transforming the whole of the city of Cardiff, and in particular this part which is Cardiff Bay.
But some people, like Dr. Madeline Havard, are against the barrage because of the effect it will have on the wildlife here. She's very enthusiastic about the mud.
Oh yes, listen to that noise and look at what we're finding.
Why do you like all this mud?
Well, it's because of all these things that we're finding in it. Look, there's worms, there's going to be snails on the top, there's be crabs living down those little holes there. There's lots and lots of life in this. It's not just smelly old mud that people think it is. There's lots of things that make their living here.
Why is this a special site?
Well, why it's so special is that all the stuff that is in the mud is eaten by birds. And the birds come in all over the mud flat here, and they come in at winter especially from the north. They travel down when the winter comes, and they're eating the crabs and the worms to stock up a bit of fuel, and then they'll fly further south for the winter, or some of them stay around here over winter as well. So what we're looking at is a really nice expanse of restaurant, I suppose.
Oh.
Big restaurant, bird restaurant, exactly, yeah.
But it's not just wildlife which will be affected by the barrage. A lot of people already live in the bay, and some of them are worried about the effect all these changes will have on their community and on their properties. Hi.
Hi, Leo. Go in, friend.
This is Mr. Norman Robson. He's heading a protest against the barrage. Mr. Robson is afraid that when the barrage is finished, the water in the ground around the new lake won't be able to drain away properly, and that this will affect his home.
Welcome to my cellar. Now, when the water rises, after the Cardiff Bay Barrage is built, the groundwater will rise, and it may be that this cellar will be full right up to my neck.
So do you think the cellar is really going to flood?
Well, there's a serious risk that it might, and it's a risk they should not be taken with ordinary people's homes.
Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, the barrage is changing Cardiff in all kinds of different ways, and it will go on changing it for people and for wildlife for years and years to come.
Changes can bring benefits. They can also cause problems. It seems that there will always be winners and losers, but human activity is not the only thing that changes the environment. On the Lincolnshire coast, we see nature at work.